single distinct stimuli will elicit single distinct responses. So for example, a carrot elicits a happy horse response. Aversive stimuli do the same thing. A thunderstorm elicits a sad horse response. That said, stimulus stacking is when more than one stimuli are occurring simultaneously. If you have been present on planet Earth for any duration of time, you will notice that a stimulus doesn't occur in a vacuum. There are always multiple stimuli occurring at once. So we have two different types of stacking. We have constructive stacking, which is when we have multiple of the same value of stimuli. And then we have contradictory stacking, which is multiple stimuli that have different values or different types. With contradictory stacking, when we have different types of stimuli, there is this myth that multiple stimuli stacked contradictorily will cancel out. Maybe the dog barking makes them really upset, carrots make them a little happy, so the net result is somewhere in between the two of those. What really happens in this situation is that multiple stimuli stacked contradictorily will elicit multiple contradicting responses. So when a horse is presented with a carrot and a dog barking, we're going to feel both of those. They don't cancel each other out. Both are present. They're feeling these multiple contradicting responses. That is called conflict. Depending on the unique individual, their learning history, and the specific context that the animal's in, conflict might appear or present as hesitation, displacement, even dissociation, or kind of retreating internally, which might be misinterpreted as a neutral state. But conflict can also appear as confusion, frustration, or other conflict behaviors. Most conflict behaviors are things like biting, kicking, striking, bucking, bolting, anything when the animal is overwhelmed, their response to being overwhelmed. So when we have stimuli that are stacking, it's important to understand that idea that they don't cancel each other out. They are both appearing simultaneously, and one might start to overshadow the other, but it's not necessarily going to cancel the other out. And if the horse does appear more neutral, odds are that conflict is presenting as hesitation or displacement or dissociation, which might happen. It depends on the horse. It depends on the context. Some horses respond to conflict with big explosions of anxiety, and other horses respond to conflict by pausing and being very still and hesitant, or even starting to displace or disengage from the situation. So completely depends on the individual as well as their learning history, what those behaviors have accomplished for them in the past with resolving conflict, as well as the specific context in front of them. So the specific stimuli that they're encountering that are causing that conflict.
Learn anytime, anywhere with Steph K Equestrian's Equine Behaviorology online courses at skequine.com.